Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome to season 2, episode 10, the finale of Chat Bout Flim. Today we have our guest, Maya Wilkinson, who is a writer, director, actor, model, all-around good gal.
Flim superstar, Maya Ganjalu.
Follow me on Twitter at Epic Myers, but yeah.
Right.
And on Insta.
And IG.
Lots of witty puns over there.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I try to go toe to toe with the puns sometimes. Sometimes I go tweet some puns as well.
Good.
Okay, so now I'm just going to do the usual where I introduce everybody. Matthew.
Hey, what's up? Oh, hey, what's up?
Jamie.
Yeah.
And then Simon.
The writer.
And then me. It's Gigi. So now we're going to go into the hot topic.
Sure.
Cool. So the man that directed King Richard is also planning to direct a movie on the biopic of Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
And Kimani Marley said that he would want to play Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you, who you think would be a better choice, or do you think he's the best choice?
It's funny. There are a couple of my friends who considered or also did audition for the role.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be kind of interesting if a Marley didn't play it, only because there's so many
I agree.
Marleys and so many. I don't know. It might be nice to have a total fresh take on somebody playing Bob Marley.
Yeah.
But then again, I would prefer, personally, I'm sure a lot of people might agree that it should be somebody Jamaican.
Yes.
Because, big projects like this might end up having a foreign actor playing Jamaican.
And then them sound like
As
a this.
Exactly.
Will it be
Love,
effective?
man.
What was that old movie? What was that movie? with
Stella.
the bad,
Oh, Stella got her groove back.
No more
Ja.
of that.
McTadix. McTadix play Bob
So-
Marley.
No.
Yo, her face is like, oh.
With that terrible wig that they always use with
Oh
the
my
dreads.
Oh,
Or
no. Yeah, real locks, I think. I mean, they could do a nice wig, but ideally
they
it would be
can't.
nice to have a real locks, real
authentic,
Jamaican,
yeah.
real
I don't know why. I think Sheppy would be good at that role.
Sheppy.
Sheppy. Yeah. He's a good actor.
Yeah, I think Sheppy would. If him
Yeah.
do him homework right,
Right. Yeah.
I see him doing.
That's from
He's
Nomads.
he's just-
yeah.
He's
Mhm.
just
He
a
would.
bit tall. Well, he's quite tall, and Bob
mean-
was 5'4". Was it 5'4"?
Bob
Something
was
like
shorter
that.
than people realize.
Yeah,
but
Bob-
it is
Camera
film.
tricks.
You just
I
need
don't
some
know.
apple boxes
Angles.
for the rest of just for.
Well,
maybe like
whatever they
3.
did for Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. Because Wolverine is supposed to be very short, and Hugh Jackman was taller than a lot of his actors, so they had
Yeah,
like
everybody else
slopes.
is
I think from what I
raised
heard,
up.
they had like slopes
Yeah.
for our grades. Well, I
Yeah.
put him lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a lot of his scenes.
It's doable. Camera trick, like you say. Yeah.
But
do you have any names, or none coming to mind?
Sheppy is a good recommendation. I'm not even sure. I'd have to think about it some more.
what about Gang?
Uh,
The thing about Gang versus maybe Kimani Marley or Stephen Marley is that at least Kimani Marley has acting experience.
okay, true.
But
True.
I feel like
You'd have to take Gang from scratch, probably.
oof, yeah, we don't know how that would come out.
Yeah. I think it might
It'd
be
be
nice to have
authentic.
just a fresh take. Someone who is
Ma
just
feel
not
so too.
connected to the family or to anything to just kind of process Bob. As an actress, I think it might be a nice journey for somebody to take it on from scratch and learn the family, learn, I guess, Bob, and see how best they can
Immerse himself
portray
in the
him.
role, yeah.
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 Yeah, I definitely feel like, and it have to come correct because we've had so many stories on Bob, so many documentaries, so many things like that a biopic. We have to figure out the root of what makes it good, because there are a lot of music biopics that have been coming out that have been hitting the nail on the head by touching on the topics that people care about, like the one for Queen with what's his name?
Guy
With
from
Mr. Robot.
from Tim Burton, from James Bond, that guy.
Yes,
Yes,
he's a
Rami
villain in the new
Rami
Bond.
Malek.
Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Rami Malik, yes. I just have him as Mr. Robot because that's his
Yes, alright.
iconic
Mr.
role, yeah.
Twilight is the first thing I think about.
He's in Twilight?
He's
I
in-
would,
I
I would
mean,
know.
He
would
was
know.
in Twilight.
Was he Jasper? No.
No, he's
Okay.
in the final one as the.
First name basis
I don't
in the
remember.
Twilight world.
No, that's the
Okay.
only character in Twilight I liked.
I like the girl, but he's in the last one. As one of the
Okay.
vampires at the beginning for the war.
Sure.
Guess who don't
That's the
care?
first one, son. Yeah,
Oh
bro.
crap!
You don't
No,
gotta
I
be
think
like that.
He was one of
I
them
can
that
do
was
Can I
looking
say
down
that I
on
think
the
Twilight
peasant.
is
No.
horrible?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, can
Comments are
you?
It's
welcome.
pretty bad, but
It's
Yeah,
this
I've
is
seen
the
it.
space to say that.
cool.
This is definitely a very big Twilight
among friends.
hate space.
Lovely.
It is.
I don't really like vampire. I know that's not the topic of this, but like vampire.
Yeah, I'm like, my
film
God, Bob
things
Marley turned to vampires.
have not been, I guess, impressive to me yet.
Mm.
We'll see. I don't know.
Interesting.
Same thing.
Someone should do a vampire.
You should
Christmas
watch
movie.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Ooh,
The
I
film.
like that.
I
It's
don't know
funny.
It's like a fake docu movie. It's like vampires, like if a vampire did their own documentary and they do like
You know, like how The
confessionals,
Office.
You know, like
has-
how The
Yeah.
Office does
yeah,
it?
it's
Oh
set
my
but
up
with
like that.
vampires,
Okay.
and it's hilarious.
It's quite
Okay.
It's
ridiculous.
really, it's
Okay.
really ridiculous, hilarious. You know, but I think with regards, go jumping back to Bob Marley from
Yeah.
Vampire. Maybe we should have Bob Marley vampire movie.
Oh
No.
crap!
Like Abe,
Like what?
Abraham Lincoln vampire.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I forgot about that.
But-
wow.
But you know, it's interesting because yes, we would need a Jamaican actor, but it would have to still feel real. You know, but so I think putting some time and money into, I think Sheppy right now is the best thing I can think of, but I think putting time and money into acting coach, training somebody if we're going to go fresh, or even if we go to one of the Bobs, like I don't know if I fully
You said go to one of the
One of the
bars.
Marleys.
one of the Marlies.
Oh, okay.
One of the
But like if we go Steven or Kimani or even Kimani, I think acting coach need to be brought up because Kimani still played himself in Shutters to me. You see me? He was still just Kimani. I think Steven singing sounds like them the most. You know who sounds like a Marley a lot? Dre Island.
Yep.
I see what you mean or hear what you mean. Yeah.
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 So I don't know.
Fact.
It will be interesting. I'm looking forward but still cautious. Looking forward to it but still cautious.
Yeah.
I totally think though an outsider should do it. I think it's a more objective way to take on the role professionally.
Outside of the Marlies.
Outside of the Marlies.
Yeah.
But still Jamaican.
Yeah, definitely still Jamaican. One born and bred.
Maybe British. They do good with the voices.
Yeah, maybe London Brit. Yeah.
And
Maybe.
they've been around a lot of Caribbean people, so they're really immersed with the language a little better than we expect.
And it's not just about him, it's the rest of the cast.
Mm.
You just want one Jamaican and everybody else is.
True.
Yeah,
True,
the,
true. I
the,
hope-
the casting
I hope
have to
they-
be have to be
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
local,
authentic.
like
Cast as
predominantly
authentic and genuine.
local.
Exactly. I hope they make an effort.
Please.
Yes.
Next topic is something
Local,
local, and that's
which-
you. That's you. So I guess we want you to tell us what made you choose this line of work and what you like about it.
Give
You
us
know.
a little bit of your life in film.
In film, okay. So I actually started out in, I guess, entertainment on a whole through theater when I was a child. So I spent a lot of time writing. I did theater all through, like, JCDC, growing up, school festivals, whatever I could find that I could, immerse myself in or try out. I did growing up. Then when I came to Kingston, I joined the University Dramatic Arts Society, and I became a junior technician at Philip Sherlock Center. And then I started to, again, do whatever I could do, learn whatever I could learn about theater. And then I started Carimac at UE. And, from that and my own interest, I got my first camera and I started to, try to, I guess, bridge the gap or just experiment with film and theater as one thing. And I guess just from exploring and being interested in movies just as a curious, creative kid, I kind of started finding my way into film industry, getting work. I think I started as talent or as being in commercials as a model or as an actor, with, I guess, also the experience being in theater. So I had a little acting experience. And then from there, I just kept finding
Kept on,
things.
kept it on.
Yeah, kept on, kept it on. you know.
Consistency is key.
And I'm still fairly new to the film industry. So yeah, but it's been fun so far. I'm on the board of the Jamaica Film and Television Association.
Chapter. Yeah, man, we love
Jafta.
Jafta. Jafta has been a Chat Bout Flim fan
Yay.
from previous boards,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and your president is Said, right?
Yes.
And Said has
Yeah.
been a guest on this season
Oh.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Episode 2. The
Okay,
COVID
I need to
break
go back
makes
and
it feel a lot longer.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but he has been a guest on this show as
Cool.
well. So Jafta has worked with us, and previous boards have always communicated and tuned in, you know.
Awesome.
So that's cool. And we try our best to, you know, like include local film industry, either people or talent, because we find that one of the things that might be an issue is we don't hear the voices of the people in the film industry down here. We just hear people who might have something good or negative to say about the film industry. And we're one of them. We're one of them. You know, we scrutinize as real as we can, but it doesn't change the fact that we want more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're somebody that I see getting involved in stuff. Editing, I see you edit stuff, I see you modeling, I see you do writing stuff, I see you, you know,
I probably
all
just
over
have
the place.
ADD or something. No,
Which
ADHD.
works in
What name?
film.
I don't
Which
know
works
what
in film.
name. Does it?
Which works in film, yeah. It
you-
puts you in different pockets.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, do you have like a favorite project that you've done
Ooh.
that you're able to talk about?
I wouldn't say so. Well, in film, maybe not. I have a theater experience. I might be able to choose, but generally, I kind of like to, or I like to attempt to sort of outdo everything I've done, like each
Mhm.
time. So, and not to say that I then rank all of my more recent work above the rest. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite film project yet.
Okay.
Then, what's your worst?
Ooh.
Cool, yeah.
Um,
Drag them,
Drag.
I don't think
drape them up.
Drip.
I've
We're
had
here
a
for the drama.
bad have I? Apart from just shoots being long,
Mm.
I mean, oh no. So like,
Yeah.
no, this is not film though. Like, I mean, I've been on set for commercials before where talent has not been treated too well. And like a
Okay.
part of what I do, so I do casting direction sometimes. And a part of what I do is make an effort to treat talent and actors better,
Mhm.
and have them feel more comfortable and more knowledgeable about things that they're signing, which
Okay.
I find a lot of the time is kind of just, it's not a focus. It's like, oh, there are talent here, shoot the thing, okay, bye, thanks.
Mhm.
Right.
So,
Damn, does she need to sign something? for this
I've
show?
had,
Let's not bring that up.
but yeah, I don't think I've had a specific nightmare experience, just kind of noticing little things that I know can be improved in general in set life,
Yeah.
JA. And I think that's part of why I even accepted the role on JAFTA, to help
make it
improve
better.
little things.
What
Yeah.
exactly is your role on that board?
I am the director of the marketing committee.
Ooh,
So,
alright.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Question. All the time on Twitter we see Jamaica is not a real place. Usually connected to the wild shit that happens in Jamaica. Outside of the drugs and guns, what wild shit do you think we need to put on film more often?
Outside of the drugs and guns.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to put everything else on film that's not drugs and guns.
What about like politicians?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
There's this guy. What is he? Is he I don't want to say the wrong thing. This very influential man.
Mm-hmm.
Edit out that part here. His name is Clifford Geertz. He has this quote. I try to remember it. It's culture. I think it's this. Culture is the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves, or I guess something along those lines
Yeah.
of, culture being affected by the way we portray and tell stories about ourselves. So I think that it is important for us to start putting different things on film. And yes, shedding light on certain things like you mentioned, politics, but also framing Jamaica in a more positive light.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of the films that have come out of here so far have been, as you said, the gun and the drugs and whatever.
But isn't a positive thing boring? I mean, I'm playing a little devil's advocate. I'm playing a little devil's advocate, but
A film that's written well
Nobody
can
wants
be
to hear that
boring.
positive shit.
About a film that is well written no matter what it's about, it's not boring.
Alright.
True.
It can be
That's a
about a
good point.
ball or
Like,
about
wait,
the
what's
most
that movie about
complex
that tire?
thing.
Rubber?
Like, I don't know. I think we can still excite our people with less negativity. I don't know. But a good gun show nice too. You know, like
Yeah.
When it's they say Mara Fly.
Marva Fly.
oh
Marva
my,
Fly.
oh man. Okay.
I mean, I feel you. I think the biggest battle, which I think you're, as marketer for JAFTA, you would probably have to go through, is how to market these things in an interesting way, because the negative gets the eyes. You understand? Like, it's something even in journalism. You understand, where Beyonce and Adele can sell whatever amount of records, but if them fall down the stairs, that's going on the front of the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
You see me? Their record sales will be in the music section. You understand? But if them fall down the stairs, front page. You know, because the negative tends to get the attention. But I think on a whole, Jamaica needs to market and package some of the things that they're doing as well, put into film. And as you say, it has to be written well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to work on writing these things better.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, you have something you
Agreed.
want to say?
I was just saying, I'm right there with y'all. I'm right there, and I agree that we have a lot of good stories to tell outside the drugs and guns. Cause I brought it up on a previous episode that The Lunatic is hands down one of the best Jamaican films I've ever seen.
Lunatic.
For sure.
Yes.
It still have a negative tinge to it, but it's not
Yeah.
drugs and guns. But it's not drugs and guns.
I mean, that guy, what's
Yeah.
his name? Anthony Winkler?
Paul-
The guy who
Anthony
wrote it?
Winkler, the writer.
He's kind of a weirdo, but
He's
hey.
more than kind of a weirdo.
I'm so sorry.
He's more than kind of a weirdo. He's a big
I
weirdo.
mean,
No, don't be sorry. He's a big weirdo. And it's great.
What I would like to see is just more movies made locally by Jamaicans and that are not necessarily about just the culture. Like I'm looking at that board right now. You see, we could have get a Back to the Future type futuristic movie, or like, you know, there's like sci-fi. There's so many other genres of movies that not necessarily just about the culture. Like every time you watch a movie in America, it's not necessarily about or predominantly about American culture. You get me?
I
There's
get
so many other things that you could
Right.
do, and that's kind of what I want to see. I want us to have a broad genre of movies made locally by local people.
Doesn't it still come down to the marketing though? Because yes, you want to see that.
Oh no, I'm sure
But
it does.
the
you know.
people who
I'm
put in the
sure,
money
but the
into
thing is
it.
that, you see, I agree. The thing is that in a lot of other movies from other countries, right, are, I mean, most of the other countries, of course, are larger nations. But when you check like their filmography, it's always wholly for different kind of things. It's not just like every movie in China
For
is
sure.
about Chinese culture. You get what I'm saying? You have other little random things that happen in, you know, and I don't know. That's what I would want to see personally.
And I agree. That's what I want to see. I know that there's like the financial struggle as well.
Of course, there is no. It rough.
Like China has the money to make
Of
15
course,
different
India
types.
has that as well. Sweden, like there are wholly pop movies that, you know, are made elsewhere,
yeah.
and that's the truth. They have the money, but the money can come from somewhere. I hope. I don't know how that part works.
Maya, what you say? You were about to say something?
I was just gonna say I think a lot of the times we like our films are about a theme versus like a story of a person or a very intimate thing.
Okay.
And I think if we come up with more intimate, unusual stories, it can be
The themes will come out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because if we focus on a great story, it will have multiple themes. But if we focus on a theme, it's very cornered.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, drugs. Okay, I need some characters. This is what they're going through. Okay, this guy dies. Versus, okay, we experience a whole journey of a person, a human being, which I think, I mean, that's the basis of stories. But, yeah.
No, for sure.
People.
But seeing as how it's a Christmas and the Christmas season, right? We decided to go through our favorite Christmas flims, right? So all have a bunch of selections, but we're to start with your first one. Gigi has them written down. Don't fret.
Your first one is Home Alone. I don't know if you want to tell us why you chose it or.
Sure. Okay, so I think so. I know I chose it because my parents are Guyanese, and
That's interesting.
So I actually came here when I was 3. So I used to visit Guyana a lot for Christmas to see my grandparents, and Guyana, like no matter what, if it is Christmas season, Home Alone will play. So there are like multiple. We have a lot more local stations there than we do here. but and every station is going to play Home Alone like every day.
Like every day.
It's a given. You can turn on any channel at any point
And
during
Home
the
Alone's
Christmas.
on.
It's on some channel, and like they play the all of them. Like it's kind of weird. But I just remember always watching Home Alone every time. Like even though it's like, why is this on again? It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna watch it.
So did you actually like it, or you feel
I
you've been
liked it.
like Clockwork Orange,
Brainwashed.
brainwashed? You know, like in
No,
Clockwork
I
Orange in
liked
the whole
it.
eyes.
I liked it because Macaulay was an adorable
Very.
kid. And actually, a play that I wrote, I didn't realize until long after that the thieves, I can't remember their names, the duo, the two guys, the robbers. I don't know who me I thought, the bandits.
I know them, yeah, man.
They kind of
Buzz and Harry.
Buzz and Harry. There we go. Buzz and Harry.
Where did I get
I'm
Marv
trying
from?
so hard.
Marv?
By the way. Marv
Yeah.
Joe Pesci's Marv.
Marv, I know that name. Yeah. Where did you get Buzz and Harry?
Yeah.
The first one, no,
Oh.
this is 1990, Home Alone, right?
The first person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the first
Well,
first one.
Okay.
He had one job.
Wow, it's 1990?
Marv is
Yeah.
Home Alone too.
No,
Oh.
Marv
No,
is
Marv
also
is-
in this one.
Both.
He's
80 something to be honest.
okay.
No, 1990.
No, 1990.
Oh. Well, I mean, what am I saying?
The two villains.
The duo.
Yeah.
Right. So those bandits inspired or subliminally, whatever the word is. I didn't intentionally, I guess, frame my characters off of them, but there's this duo I wrote about in a play called Heist.
Right.
And I didn't realize until I'm like, wow, I used to watch Home Alone so much. Did I?
It's
That was in the back
in
of your
your
mind.
brain.
Yeah, and
That's
it would have
crazy.
been. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Um,
But
yeah.
yeah, Home Alone is a classic
Yeah.
Christmas tale. I remember thinking, first of all, you watch Home Alone as a Jamaican kid, you're like, never.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Never. Somebody getting shot. And
So-
maybe
nah.
it's me, the kid.
My house have too much grill.
Yeah. That's it's funny because their inability to get into this house is the reason that I stopped believing in Santa. Because I was just like, the only way Santa gets in here is if he's a goddamn thief. You know, like, I would just look and be like, I have a gate, my gate have a chain, I have a grill, my grill have 1, 2, 3 padlock, I have a door, the door have 1, 2, 3 lock,
Yeah.
every window have,
Yikes.
how? And then we have the
Yeah.
dogs. And we don't have a chimney.
No, we don't have no chimney.
We don't have no chimney. And I just remember like seeing the bike next day and I was like, you bought this. And I think my mother eventually was just like, yeah, I work really hard.
The jig is up.
Like nobody tell the kids at school, but yeah.
I never believed in Santa.
Same.
I can't recall a time when I was like, oh, he's not real. No, I just
I
knew.
mean, I was
Yeah.
I think my
I
mom,
was 6.
my mom just wasn't, can I curse? No.
Yes, you
You
can.
can
You
do
can,
whatever
you
you
can
want.
so
I don't
fucking
think-
curse.
Wow.
Any fucking thing you want to
Awesome.
say.
I don't think my mom was up for the bullshit. She was just like, girl,
Yeah.
no go.
Yeah.
They were my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See one gift here.
Yeah.
Merry
No,
Christmas.
my mother, all about the fucker. All about it. She right now, if she eventually sees this video and sees me in a Santa hat, she's going to flip her shit. She's going to be like, "Oh my God, you wore a Santa hat! You have the Christmas spirit again!" And
Wow.
it's like, no, it's marketing. Man. It's all marketing. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Nobody?
Um,
Oh, okay.
Can I tell you what my favorite scene in Home Alone was?
Sure.
of course.
When him put when he made the fake explosions and like turned on the movie, like when he
Yes.
made the things blow up, was it firecracker? Whatever he did, I can't remember.
Firecrackers, yeah.
That was crazy, and I've always wanted to try that. Like
Mm.
I don't know why, but
And
I
then he
feel
has
like,
the gangster movie playing
yeah,
to scare
so
them.
they
off.
think it's that's great.
They shot those scenes just for the movie. It's not a real movie. Because growing up, I thought it was a real
It wasn't a movie.
It's not a movie. It's a shot
Ooh.
just for the movie.
That's pretty
That's a
dope.
That's
cool
cool.
piece of information.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool
Wow.
actually.
Nice.
Man. Yeah, so Home Alone definitely a Christmas classic.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go to your first movie, which is Bad Santa.
Now listen, Billy Bob Thornton plays what I consider the best Santa on TV. Maybe Santa Claus, which is what's the guy on that the
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yes. Yeah. I
Maybe
remember
because
that.
he's so classic.
Yeah.
Funny story. I was at Shoppers Fair the other day and they have a really big Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
And when a little girl was around there, she was just like, Mommy, where's Santa? Where's Santa? And Mommy's like, Santa catch COVID. Come.
You're lying. Seriously?
I couldn't make that a much ride. And like, it's funny because like she was this girl was like pulling off the little something them like she was really
The
giving problems, the
and-
ornaments, and she
yeah.
like looking under the tree, and it was so cute. Where's Santa? Like, Santa catch COVID. Come.
Live up.
That's evil.
It's-
Wow. Wow, mom.
But so I said that to also say that that's the same spirit of Bad
That's
Santa.
yeah, that's bad Santa
That's the
energy.
spirit. That's Bad Santa energy because it's just like, man, that movie was so funny.
Yeah,
But
bad
there's-
Santa day bad.
But there's so much warmth in it, in the midst of like all the foolishness. This little kid tries so hard, and he's just consistently an asshole to this kid. And the kid is just like, no, I'm here. I'm here. And he's just like, fine. And it kind of like turns, not really, I won't say 180. I would say maybe 90 degrees. And
Slight
it
turn.
becomes somewhat of a warm movie, but it's such a different take on everything, but it's so, for me, it's a real movie because there are so many people who are just like, who act like Christmas is great. When like, yo, people are struggling even when it's Christmas.
Right.
You understand? There's no miracle on 34th Street for most the humans. For most humans, it just costs them more money. And Bad Santa is just like, yo,
Fuck this.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I mean, maybe I'm just a Grinch. But I don't know. Have you seen Bad Santa?
I think I have, but I can't remember it very, very well. Well, I have. I've seen it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not a favourite of yours.
No.
Because you love Christmas.
I mean,
And
yeah,
this is
I
kinda
love
dark.
Christmas. But yeah, no. I can't remember it very much.
Okay. You finished?
Yeah, yours. You have your list? You didn't have a list?
I only have one, which we can do as an honorable mention.
Alright, no problem.
Okay.
So, yeah, do you have any to add in?
Oh yeah.
Or you want to do it to honorable mention?
It don't really matter.
Throw it.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Tim Burton.
Is that,
Yep.
he just stole one of mine?
Yep.
Oh.
Well, let's just talk about it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you said it's
Yeah,
early
let's just
for
talk
you.
about it and then we'll go to hers.
Love Nightmare Before Christmas. Love it. Absolutely love it for what it was. It's a whole different take on Christmas and what it can mean. But it even though it's about ghosts and ghouls and all of that supposedly scary stuff, you still there's still the love, there's still the warmth, there's still all of that Christmas theme coming out.
It's definitely themed. It's definitely themed on Christmas. But I think it's one of those movies. Why it's also on my list is because it takes on this role of showing you what the reverse of Christmas could feel like, you know? What it would feel like if people weren't giving, if people were taken away, you know? And I think a lot of those themes kind of come out with, the mayor, I think, has that two-sided, isn't he the one with the two-sided body? Wasn't there a character in Nightmare Before Christmas?
I can't remember.
There's one man where it's like, he's painted like two-sided, and then the idea behind it is
The Two-Faced Male.
the two-faced mayor, is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah, the two-faced mayor. So, and he kind of like, whatever mood he's in, he turns that face towards people. So I liked Tim Burton is full of these different thematic motifs, you know, that he brings out in his kind of nasty griminess. You know what I mean? Because I would say that his art is kind of displeasing.
Is macabre the word? It's like
Yeah.
it's to do with death, but is it displeasing? I think it's still slightly
How the
jarring,
word- how the
but
word
still
go?
cute.
It's scary if you're a child, maybe.
Macabre.
If
It's
you're a
what?
child, maybe it's a little bit.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I was gonna
Maybe
say though,
disturbing then.
Tim Burton might be the ultimate Christmas
Disturbing,
movie
that's it.
filmmaker.
Ultimate what?
Christmas movie, like, because we're talking about Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
But it's also his.
Batman
Yep.
Forever is his?
Yeah, Batman,
Oh,
Batman
yes.
Returns.
Yes,
Batman
yes,
Returns.
yes,
It's
yes,
his, and it's
yes.
still
That's Tim
Christmas. They're all,
Burton.
yeah. So maybe
Yeah.
he just really like Christmas.
Ooh.
I think he does.
It's Christmas in What's was it? Sweeney Todd. That's his movie, too, don't it?
Sweeney Todd.
Is that
I don't.
Christmas?
Yeah,
And
he
it's
did,
very-
but I don't think there's
it's very
I
Christmas.
snowy.
can't
in it.
remember.
There's
That's
not.
what I say. The place just look like it was Christmas all the time.
No, there's no Christmas in that.
Maybe not.
But
It's
yeah,
like
maybe he
void
just really
of
likes
any
Christmas
kind
in
of
a dark way.
heart.
Because all those movies kind of,
Yeah.
But it's a deep one. It's a deep one, and I like. I remember being, as I said, disturbed when I was younger, but I also like how it played out. I like the writing of it. I like the script. I like how everything kind of adds up in the end. And Tim Burton is really good at that. You know, why I even feel like Beetlejuice was during Christmas time in some way. Like maybe it's just the color
Was it Christmas
tones.
dinner that they came for?
I feel so.
Because it probably wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
no, I'll tell you, this guy liked Christmas.
Let me-
But he likes people dying. at
Yo, you
Christmas.
feel like you want to Google some stuff.
Yeah,
If only we
like,
had
is
somebody
he-
to.
To do that, was efficient.
I am-
You know, I'm good at it.
Okay.
Yo, we need to set up a table with a keyboard so Gigi can just chomp away. I think the tablet is what's slowing down her greatness.
Yeah, let's say that.
Alright, so what is Maya's second one?
Maya's second one is Edward Scissorhands.
Ooh,
Edward
Segue.
Scissorhands.
what?
Not really. Well, we're still on Tim Burton.
Yeah,
that's
we're
that,
still
that's
on
yeah,
Tim
the
Burton.
segue into the next movie.
What's your favorite part about what's your favorite mood in Edward Scissorhands?
My favorite mood.
I mean, I can answer mine if you want to know what I
Yeah.
mean by that.
Yeah.
So for me, there are different tones that Edward Scissorhands takes, and one of my favorites is when it shifts from how much they're celebrating him to how much like they can't stand him. And then there's something about even today's modern like social media and how you can be a hero and you can get cancelled real quick. And in a way, he was cancelled. like he really just moved to a point of just being hated. You know, or people was afraid of him. And I found that very, very interesting.
I don't think I've fully thought about that, especially because I've seen it so many times, and especially when I was younger. I just was very moved by the performance by Johnny Depp, of course, but then also I think something about the mood of movies around that time itself was kind of cool. And
There's a campy vibe back then too, where you're allowed to be silly,
Yeah.
have bright colors.
and and there
Yeah.
was like a hint more sex in things, if you know what I mean.
rather than just having sex scenes, you're like
Right.
insinuated and
I
subliminal.
guess films were sexier, or like that. To me, Edward Scissorhands is a very sexy film. I don't know if that make any sense to anybody.
I've never thought of it that way. I will think of it the next time I watch it. But
Yeah,
sexy?
watch it and think about sexy.
Are you
Okay.
a goth girl?
What's a goth girl? What's a goth
You know
girl?
a goth girl, leather. Used
No,
to
no,
wear
no, I'm
leather.
not- I'm not-
Dark
no,
hair.
no,
back
sir.
in the
Heavy
day.
eyeliner.
No, sir.
Oh, maybe.
No, I don't mean sexy
Love
like
Hot
that.
Topic.
I mean like the film. Oh, I mean I've been to Hot Topic, but no.
Me too. For comic shirts.
Like the film itself and like how it was written and the characters is what I mean. And how the thing about him having scissors for hands was kind of like a nice message. You touched on social media just now, but it's kind of like a way to realize that like the very things that we have certain things or tools or things that can be weapons.
But can create. You can create
but can-
and
right.
destroy at the same
And then
time.
it's
yeah.
like how do you harness your scissor hands for good?
right. And then how do you control it in moments?
Yeah,
where
because
something might be
sometimes, yeah, like remember when he cut up the girl's face because he just,
Right, 'cause that's
he
what
was
made him-
literally
yeah.
trying to caress her, I think, or he just didn't know what to do with his
Because
hands.
he's just like, this is my hands and I
Yeah.
want to touch you.
yeah. Like that stuff is sexy. Nice metaphors, well told. That's sexy to me.
In terms of a Christmas film, I think it's interesting that it's in a lot of lists as best Christmas films. But I think the most I can say, it still goes back to this the ideology or the story of giving versus taking, or so it's the idea of him wanting love and care and can't give it.
Yeah.
Matthew?
Oh no, I hadn't. That's just a depressing movie. Like I don't really remember it, but
Oh,
I remember
no.
being sad when I saw it as a child. I've not seen it as an adult. Last time I saw it was probably like 8. But I just remember, this is sad, and he just looks sad all the damn time. In the
He
movie.
was
It
sad.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
probably
sad.
Maybe that's why I've never seen it again. I don't want to be sad.
Maybe I should revisit why I find this so sexy, but
You
Please
probably
do.
should. Like,
Let
analyze
us
that.
know.
yeah. I'm looking
We already
this.
know the clips that we're putting out there.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
All right,
What
so
else?
that was hers.
Yeah.
So my last one, though.
Yeah, your last
Jamar
one.
stole. No, it's fine.
Yeah, your last one is Die Hard.
The greatest Christmas film ever made. Die Hard.
KK Cuckoo.
Okay.
There's a big deal. Okay, you see, we're in a space where everybody agrees. But there are people who, oh, you don't think it's a Christmas film?
No, it's a Christmas film.
Oh.
He said greatest Christmas film. I don't
Yeah.
know.
don't. Yeah, it's a running joke on like one of them TV shows, which is why I mentioned it. But I don't really think it's a Christmas film. I get it. It's at Christmas time.
Listen,
It shows on Christmas Day, but I don't even think it's that good of a movie, to be honest.
what is
Ooh.
what? First of all, shut your mouth.
No, as in
Shut your whore mouth.
Yippee-ki-yay.
no.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
With a Vengeance was better.
But
What was better?
Oh, the
had
third
with
one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With Sam.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
Yeah. by
That's
far.
not a Christmas film.
No, it is not.
Okay, cool. I agree. I like the third one more than one, but that's not what we're talking about. So not because you like three means that one is not that great of a
That's
movie.
true. I agree.
Yo,
yeah.
he
It takes
loves to
nothing-
do that.
It takes nothing from it, but like
Yo, Matthew has a way
the
where we
movie's
like
just okay. And
the
then there's
third one
good.
was great. The second one is trash because the third one is better.
No.
Nah.
In this
nah.
instance, the first one is okay, you know, but it's not a great movie.
First
to
one
me.
is definitely a great movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
Craziness.
Okay, going
And
to why it's
there
great.
is nothing more Christmassy than taking terrorists off the street.
I mean,
You're
Okay.
giving the gift.
that's
of
very
safety.
American, but not.
America.
I don't know.
What's
if
more
it's-
American than
But I
that?
don't think it's Christmas.
Yes, it is. Come
Okay.
on, man.
But
It's a
what's
gift
more
of-
what's more American than Christmas? At least the commercial Christmas.
Bang.
Okay.
True. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
All that we
Santa
know
Claus
of Christmas is American.
That's not
Yes.
that's not what Christmas like is,
Mhm.
you know.
And we see Professor Snape at his best as Hans Gruber,
True. True.
right?
Rest
True.
in
Rest in
peace.
peace.
Yeah.
Such a good role. What I think I love the most about it as a Christmas movie, to be honest with you, is the fact that he really just wants to like chill for Christmas. He doesn't want and everything is just like, my God.
I
Like,
forgot to deal with this now.
it's like, Jesus, where's my shoes? I don't have no gun. I don't have no shirt. It's just,
Yeah.
it's so American for real though. It's just, there's this man with no shoes and a marina trying to like take down terrorists.
Killing a building full of people.
Yeah, killing a building full of people, blowing shit up.
And before that, he was in the action star.
Yeah,
That movie, he was in like sitcoms.
yeah, he was in sitcoms, he was all chill.
Yeah.
And then that movie just turned, and then now he's kind of like a funny action film star.
No.
Or
yeah.
overbrooding,
No.
or
Like
overbrooding. Yeah,
Red.
no.
Was that what it's called?
Red, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the vibe now.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Red?
Mm-mm.
Watch
Don't
the
watch
first
Red too.
one.
Yeah,
don't watch
don't
the
watch
second
Red
one.
too.
Don't watch Red too.
Okay.
The first one is cool.
Not bad. With the girl
If you
from
like, run into it. Like, you don't need to seek it out.
Okay. Wow. Like if it's on and I happen to see
Literally.
it. Okay.
Yeah, just like that. It's one of those
Wow.
movies you watch once and it's like, alright,
Yeah.
that kill a good 2 hours or whatever. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
Looper, you've seen Looper though?
Yeah, I've seen Looper.
Okay, you see?
I like
There you
Looper.
Yeah, Looper
Yeah.
can watch over and over to be honest.
Over and over.
Yeah.
I guess nothing else on Die Hard. It's just the best. Okay, move on.
It's just the best.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're
I
going
do.
to go to your,
Your
last
last
one, which is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stop motion, 1964, which is just the cutest pic.
Yeah, it's
It is so cute.
and that's why I like it because it was cute, and I feel like that used to be on TV a lot when I was younger,
Mhm.
and I just used to sit there and I was like, wow, this is so cute, and look at the little reindeer and the
Yeah.
story, and it was just warm and nice and
And very Christmassy.
Christmassy.
Actually,
Yeah.
very Christmassy, not like
Yeah.
Die Hard.
like actual Rudolph, like reindeer Christmas, American Christmas still, but you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
Christmas.
What I think is interesting about stop motion in general is the amount of work that's put into it. And it's funny because I wonder how much like that affects like the writing of a story. Because it's like I wonder if you want to write something, you're just like, God, that's gonna be such a pain.
To
Someone
like
has
just
do.
make
Do
do
things
everything.
You know, it's just
for
like
the
you
whole
keep them on the
scene.
ground, like
Yeah, stand there and
yeah,
speak.
like like you're writing and you're like Rudolph jumps over the mountain and you're just like,
Damn.
damn, that mountain. Or if they just say, you know what, go all out. And I feel like it's such a classic that maybe they did. I was watching, my favorite stop motion is Kubo and the Two Strings. I don't know if you've seen
Yes,
Kubo.
I have.
And at the end of Kubo, they kind of do like a BTS of the stop motion. You know, but they do, what do they do when it's sped up? Time lapse. Yeah. They do a time lapse of it, and it's so much work just to even set up a thing. Then for that thing to move from and to that for an hour and a half, you know, big up Joe Fenton in the room there. He does stop motion. He did the short film that we'll watch here, and
With the birds.
the birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
really
I
talented.
just watched that literally like last week. I just looked at him like, oh, this is so sweet.
He's so talented.
Yeah.
And he did the stop motion for the Flow commercial, the Spice Flow commercial.
Oh yes, the dolly,
He
the
did
Barbie.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's interesting because it's such a process.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've tried like I've tried to stop motion like a Ninja Turtle like moving forward, and after like 50 pictures and knowing I only have 3 seconds maybe if so much, I'm like done.
Not for
Yeah,
me.
I don't think I even put it together. I just deleted it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was just like
Well, at least put it together.
no, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was probably just him going.
Tough. Wow. Yeah.
It's
Big
tough.
up to people who do it and do it well, cause the patience.
But that's such a warm movie, and that's a good pick. I think that's a good pick to end our top 3
Yeah.
right there.
Does anybody else have any honorable mentions? Jamie, Matt?
Matthew. We heard Jammies.
Yeah, I just have one, which is It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm.
What a good movie.
Yeah, when I was younger, I feel like that's what we would watch Christmas time, and
Yeah.
just like she said, just like with Rudolph, it gives me that, like, I guess it's still the American Christmas, you know, snow falling at the end and blah blah blah, but it just felt like this is what Christmas is supposed to be. You know, the whole family dynamic, of course, is a struggling middle that makes it good. But yeah, that movie just made me feel warm when I was young.
Aww.
Yeah,
Mhm.
don't know if
Matthew.
I'd watch it again, no.
Why
But maybe
not?
I should. I don't know, I haven't seen it in years, but I definitely did like it.
Nice.
I guess it'll be bad if you watch it and you're like, I actually don't like this.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
So maybe just keep
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't remember which cartoon it was, but there's something that I revisited, like, oh my god, and I watched. I was like, this is trash.
I have one.
Yep.
You remember Warriors of Virtue?
Yes.
No.
No.
Hmm.
No.
What else?
You know what? I thought I knew what it meant until he said kangaroos.
Yeah, my last with the kangaroo
Yeah,
something. My
Yeah,
last.
yo, I have a whole different image in my head, and he's like,
Kung Fu
the kangaroos. I was like,
Kangaroos. The
They're-
Roos.
We believe you.
Bro, when I was young, this is the baddest thing. Bro. It's trash.
and I fully like thought I knew what you were talking about.
Please check it out. I hope I'm the name right.
I
But
think
they're
the
definitely-
one-
Warriors of Virtue.
Yeah, man.
I think the one that I fondly remembered was Ronin Warriors. And I remember rewatching some episodes. I was like, wow, this was kind of bad. I still love it though.
I hope they have the name right.
Gigi, what's your honorable mention?
Okay, these are kangaroos?
Yeah, I'm looking at this. These are
in the meantime,
something.
These
I
look
feel
like
we can't
donkey
end
people.
and don't bring up the Grinch, Dr. Seuss the Grinch.
Okay.
It's kind of a Christmas staple. Like I can't think about one Christmas I never watched the Grinch.
My thing with it is the cartoon.
No,
movie.
the anime movie.
Animated. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Not
Jim Carrey's.
no.
You didn't like
I-
Jim Carrey?
Jim
as
Carrey's
Grinch?
is how the Grinch stole Christmas.
I don't think so. No, I
Hmm.
don't like the Jim Carrey Grinch. I don't like Jesus, Austin Powers. His Cat in the Hat.
Oh,
What's Austin Powers' real name?
Mike Myers.
Mike
Yeah,
Myers.
there we
Yo, I've been messing up names, but yeah, I don't like Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat. I feel like Dr. Seuss is very good on the page, so I think maybe they should have gone animation. You know, like maybe 3D animation or something like that.
yeah. Because Horton here is a Who, another Dr. Seuss. That was nice, and that was animation.
That was animation.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, I didn't even.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen
a
it,
good one.
but because of how much I was turned off by the Grinch and Cat in a Hat, you know what I mean? But I think another honorable mention that I want to put out there is Elf,
Okay.
Yeah, Elf is
and it
nice.
is solely
Elf is fun.
because it's so ridiculous. It's so
Yeah.
ridiculous, and Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm.
It's during Will Ferrell's phase of just being.
And Will
So
Ferrell is
hilarious.
the ridiculousness.
He is the
Himself,
ridiculousness
yeah.
himself. I think we definitely could do a very hilarious Jamaican Christmas movie, and I think it would have to be centered around a grown ass person who believes Santa exists.
Yo,
I mean,
that would have shot.
That would be funny. But and if you go, we could do a heartwarming one as well, like with
Probably.
very Jamaican things. It would have to have things like John Kuno and Cyril
That is
and
actually pretty.
aunties
Yeah.
and grandmas and family and just.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I
The
don't know
spirit
what
of
what the
Christmas.
conflict or the thing in the story is, but like it should have those things in it.
Yeah, from
like,
there's family.
yeah.
You know what?
Rum.
You know what's actually funny? Now that you bring up Junkin and them something there, you know, celebrating Christmas in the countryside is very, very different from
Yes, it
celebrating
is.
Christmas in Kingston. Extremely different. Like they maintain all of those old traditions same way,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fun to see. It's fun to see and be a part of.
Yeah,
So
I grew up.
Christmas,
I agree. I just want to support that point real quick because I grew up in Trelawney. I came to Kingston for UE.
Okay.
And I met people who tell me them never see a John Kunubani yet, and I'm like, oh, you never spend
I
Christmas
think
in
that's what once
Jamaica?
when I was
And they're
younger.
like, no,
Yeah,
we don't have
me
much
too,
in
like
Kingston, and I'm
once.
like, what? Anymore? But that
Yeah, but
That was
way back
surprising
in the
to
day.
me.
That cut
Way
out
back
a
in
long
the day.
time. Like even if them do have it, like it's probably
But that's what I
some
say,
token
Yeah.
event, and them say
Mhm.
them are gonna bring out two Jankuna. It's not like a thing like in the country where
Where
them
they
have like a
plan-
special day and them plan it.
Yeah.
And you have
Yeah.
an entire road march and the banner
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, and I mean it in that way, Matthew, where it's not. It's like you'd have to really go see it at an event, an old school event, and I don't even think they have them as much nowadays. And if they do, it's definitely not marketed because maybe JCDC will do something for it, like up by Randy Williams.
Yeah,
You see
something
me?
like
Maybe
that.
Randy Williams will have a big event there, and then that becomes a cluster of just madness anyway. You know, so it's like the Christmas. But the one movie I wanted to kind of crap on before we go was definitely the overrated A Christmas Story, and I'm glad nobody brought up that
You
as a
hate,
favorite.
you hate
Bro,
love, you hate joy.
I know that
Yeah.
and I just can't remember it. It's
Yeah, you don't need to.
just not memorable.
He's being a hater.
Yeah, I am definitely a Grinch, and I am actually blaspheming with this hat on my head.
Oh,
Like, if we're talking about just even Christmas things and just at some point, like as I said, my mother is fully into it, and it's just like
Do you think that's why you're a Grinch? Because she's so into it.
I think so. She don't want to believe that
Oh.
because her
No.
whole thing is she loves Christmas because her mother was fully in because grandma was so into it.
Right.
And I'm like, well,
It never
it
passed
skip me. It skip me your blouse and skirt. But I don't hate the and then when I ran into snow in Ohio, I was like, oh, I hate this too.
Oh, snow is terrible.
Snow is the,
The
worst.
worst.
Like,
It's the absolute worst.
I think I've been in maybe twice in snow. And like, you know, Christmas is what made me like snow or the idea of snow. So
Sure.
I say, yeah, I want to go in a snow. Snow look magical.
And when you say you mean like you went up for like a week or
Yeah, like a week or
you
two.
never have to be in a snow for like 3-4 months?
Oh,
Cool.
no, no,
Cool,
no,
cool,
no,
cool,
no.
cool,
You
cool,
did
cool.
that?
It's
Tell
terrible.
them Denver, tell them the Colorado.
It's not
It's-
great.
No, and it's
Not
gray.
great.
It's not white.
It's dirty.
It's dirty. It's dirty because it's not the bleach snow in movies.
Yeah.
No.
It's the snow that gets car exhaust on it and the dirt that's under it.
Yeah.
Fun.
And so like after I did that, so I lived somewhere where it was snowing all the time, I'd come back and I'd watch a movie and they're like in the snow doing this snow angel. I'm like, that's
Never.
nasty. White people are nasty.
No, it's not.
No, that's a snow demon.
Ugh.
That's not a snow angel.
I like the texture of it, and it looks like something nice. And then when you step
No,
in, it's
tough
like,
and-
this is
Yeah.
It's
weird.
like
This
it's
is
like
snow?
it's like a bad shave ice.
It's nice when it just start falling. That's the only time it's
Shh, okay.
somewhat acceptable.
I don't know about
Okay,
that.
Christmas is great marketing for America, but I mean it's all lies. It's like come to this beautiful snowy place.
Yes,
No,
I did my
no,
Grinch
no.
job. We end the episode hating Christmas.
No. We
Yes!
I love Jamaican Christmas, Caribbean
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah.
Guyanese Christmas. No matter what you say, but no
Maybe
snow.
you know, maybe that's the root of it, you know. Maybe a them thing, yeah. Maybe a
Maybe.
them,
Maybe it's Marco.
Maybe.
But it's too late. Christmas gone already, so we'll see. Maybe I like it next year.
The food, not even the food.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course, okay.
of course.
course
Our
it's
Thanksgiving style dinners,
Like,
you know, with
But
as
Chris-
much
that we have
COVID
access-
safety as possible. Isn't it?
Sure.
But yeah, but
I mean, I think our Christmas dinners are more epic than
Thanksgiving dinners.
Yeah.
I've been in Thanksgiving dinners bigger than any Christmas dinner I've been into. It's just-
No,
it's about
not
the
bigger. I'm talking about in terms of the
The
quality of
actual
the food.
food.
I mean, obviously it's Caribbean food, it's Jamaican food. It's obviously better.
I mean, I've been to Caribbean Thanksgivings, so
True, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That's true.
I've never
like
been.
you think the Jamaican people up there are not cooking for them food for Thanksgiving?
Oh, them now make no turkey and whatever. What else?
I mean,
is
a
it?
turkey
I don't even
will
know
get
what it
it.
is.
Along with the slice ham,
Along with the
Okay.
oxtail, along with the
Oxtail,
corn
everything.
goats. Yeah.
Yeah, callaloo, isn't it? My virgin posted on Facebook his Thanksgiving dinner that had ackee and saltfish.
Yeah.
You know, So yeah.
Sounds right.
But I think that's a good way to end the
Mm-hmm.
Christmas episode. And Maya, I want to thank you again for being. You were nervous coming here. You were like, I have to wing it, but it's all chill.
We all wing
Yeah,
it.
this was fun. Thanks for having me.
I like hearing that at the end of my episodes.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. I'm gonna ask you a question that we
Okay.
ask everybody.
Keep forgetting that.
That's no problem. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Wow. So I don't have superpowers already.
What's
Tell
your
us
Oh,
your
what's
tell
your
us
existence?
more.
What's your secret? Oh, you're going.
No, I'm kidding. Or am I? No. If I did have a superpower, this is a really good question. I have to pick one.
No, you
No,
can.
tell
Oh.
us.
All right, I want to fly. I want to turn invisible. Actually, the power to like, I guess maybe if I could say that I had a superpower now, I still want the fake ones of flying and
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
invisibility. Yeah, but if I were to say I had one now, maybe it would be making people laugh because I think laughter is like important and healing and whatever. So maybe to enhance that power would be cool too, or
Okay.
like Anyway, yeah,
That's very nice.
All right. Well, quickly around the room. What's yours?
It's invisibility.
Yours.
nice.
Time travel for me.
Nice.
Yes, time travel.
Mind reading and mind control.
Oh,
And
oh
mine
my.
is healing. And everybody
Cool.
asks what kind of healing, like like Wolverine healing and heal others.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a
But-
good one.
Right.
Yeah, but that's it. So
That's it. So thanks for coming.
before we close the show though, we have a gift for you.
I guess.
We have a Chat Bout Flim
So
shirt.
never make me wear it in the something.
No, because we want to see that face. We wouldn't have gotten that expression
True,
on
true,
camera.
true.
So
Thank you.
it's a Chat Bout Flim shirt. And now Gigi's going to close the show.
Right. So, guys, remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of those things. Listen to our podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Podcast, like all the podcasts, we're all there. Once again, thank you, Maya. Follow Maya Epic Myers on Insta and Twitter. And that's it. Merry Christmas. Bye.
And that's the end of the show. See you in season 3.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.